Hi everyone, this is yours and only Monica with a K. And in this video, I would like to talk to you a little bit about the movement called Saving the Feminine and pretty much about the fundraiser that you guys see here, what I'm raising money and kind of make it clear for all of you what is really the purpose and meaning behind it. Um, just to tell you a little story about myself, I mean, everybody's life is very complex and it's not just really one simple story, rather a complex story of a lot of things together. But I, since childhood, was a very, different, unique child. I used to love to play with the animals and so forth. And I started playing basketball. I was very into sports, very athletic as well. And so I started playing basketball at like 6, 7 years old. And what had happened, I played professionally and all that, great, victorious, glorious story. But by the 17 years old, I pretty much developed bulimia, which is very well known. They call it disorder, but it's a very complex combination of things that actually, kind of arose together into this very out of control kind of way of beingness, as far as having a relationship with food and nurturing and so forth. That majority of the women are struggling, or girls are struggling in today's society, keeping up with the skinny figure, but it really goes so much deeper than anybody really realizes. And this illness has to do with a certain low self-esteem and a woman that she doesn't know how to stand up for herself, and she rebels in a way. From childhood you can go into a different ways to rebel against your family or against your own feelings that you cannot really handle, or energies that are kind of building up inside of yourself. And no matter what or how successful you are in so many areas on outside to people, on inside you are very lost soul, and you feel the pain and you feel that nobody really can relate to you, which kind of builds up, and it goes either into drinking, smoking cigarettes, but especially with bulimia these days. And I see a lot of women with the signs of it, because I struggled with it. It was really a battle from the day one, because at the beginning it's kind of like a fun thing to do. You are first learning it, how to do it, and it's kind of in our DNA, because I did a long research, and my angel sent me to the insights. And in about 13th century there was a beautiful saint actually born on my birthday, March 25th, and she was a saint, and her family tried to marry her to a husband of her sister that passed away. And so this saint stopped eating, because she was kind of like, she was showing them that she's not, she doesn't want to do it, and so she rebelled against, or she stood up and kind of just stopped eating food. And then she was kind of forced to eat. And then so the illness, or really disorder, it goes really really deep in very very fast, very past of humanity, and it's really eating up a lot of women here on earth. And you wonder how you can actually stop this madness, that is very, it's so complex, because it has to do with so many things, and at the beginning you really don't, it's like fun for you, or because you want to rebel against your parents, or maybe you was called fat when you was a child, and then you lost the weight, and then that thought stays in your consciousness. It's like circling around. But when you are a child, you don't even understand what it is to be fat, right? Because you just really, you are not conscious of things, so you just really do as as what children of God do. They're just being themselves. But when you hit a certain age of, teenage years, then it starts kind of showing up because it stays in your consciousness. It's almost like somebody plants seeds here, and now these plants, those thoughts, they are growing, 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 and boom, suddenly every single day, those thoughts that were planted, whatever area it was planted in, your fat or your sexuality or whatever has been done to you as a child, those things, they grow on you. And even if you are not conscious of it, what happened to you as a child, even if you were sexually abused and so forth, you will not remember it until like one day, when you come to a certain time when you are ready for a healing, and a lot of these things start reappearing, and you start really, really feeling the pain. Sorry guys, I gotta show you this little baby. Baby! He fell all the way down here. This is one of the little kings. He's a little chubby chub, but you know what? He is such a wonderful cutie pie. I mean, I would not want anybody to really look at him that way, because he is drinking, he's healthy. I mean, that's what children do, especially when they're nursing from mother. We have to really, be careful how we really speak to the children, because it really inside, all the thoughts, they actually stay around and hanging around, and we are not able to experience life with this beautiful light. Once we come here to this light, and more. Hi, Boo Boo Show. You want to come say hello? Look at this baby. Oh yes, Future. Yeah, that. He's not. These are not the daddies, but he's such a cutie pie. We have one more that stayed from the original group of puppies. These two are able to survive, and we are so happy. We are so happy that we have them, and they're so cute. He's trying to bite me already. Oh no, Hugh! What are you doing, my lovely bird? No, he's giving kisses. So cute. But back to the original thought. So what is happening is that my movement is really about saving the feminine in all of us, and to teach mothers how to really treat their children, how to really treat themselves, because it really starts somewhere. It's our mothers are hurt from the way how they were treated, and it's such a, it goes into a DNA of, you can just follow in the strain, and you are like, wow, women have, we have been kind of sending this feeling on each other, sending these messages that they are not even truth, and we have been not living spiritually connected with really God above, that it doesn't have to be above. We don't have to look up to it. We can actually grow it in our hearts, and we can heal any madness inside of us. I am the proof of it, because I recently just really came out of it, and I have all the means how to do it. I literally, I do art. So while I was going through it, I actually was singing, freestyling songs. I make videos on YouTube, inspirational. Some are deeper, some about the sexual abuse. I mean, there's all kinds of songs that I just freestyle, that they came through me. I birthed them while I was in that emotion, while I was feeling it, and had to overcome it. And then once we are, dealing with those feelings, and that yes, there is something really, really out of control controlling us, some kind of out of control spirit is really having so much fun with us, while we are surrounded by beings that really have no vital feeding to our soul. And it's quite a long journey, but so I have the means. I paint. This is one of my beautiful freestyle painting I just did a couple weeks ago. The whole room is pretty much there is the other one, and then so the whole room, and then I have a little creative area right there. I'm just creating some things right now. So pretty much I'm raising money, because this whole past year I was pretty much I was taking care of a person who passed away, on cancer. So I literally went told, in my soul, all the way in with that person, and really focus on his recovery. But at 88 years old, it's a very, you know, it was a very crucial thing to see a person dying without being connected. And in my old work, and in pretty much everything I do every day to inspire people to really not just believe but know that there is such an amazing help around us, and everything that I do is really guided by angels, because I don't really plan anything, it just kind of comes through me. um, I'm creating this center. It's kind of center where I'm going to have meetings for women. We are going to be talking, creating. I'm going to play the music. I made about 500 freestyles all these past 3 years, and everything on my own. I had jobs before, but then I had to totally step away from the jobs and really just focus on my mission here. And I got to this beautiful point to have this huge office space that I already painted, and I brought all these arts and healing arts, and so I can put together, have a flash drive for women so they can listen to the music, and while they are going through the pain, going through the releasing, they actually are already connected um, to the higher consciousness, or the higher God's head, which is the beautiful heavenly thoughts that are explaining to you what has been happening, and really is healing your body, just as when we nurture a plant that kind of, it's not full of nutritions. And so I'm putting this together as well. There's a lot of things, to this movement. I mean, I want to eventually have a publishing, like a publishing company connected to it, and different women would be becoming a part of this being with their talents, and have circles of women, let's say twice a week, depending on how demanded my art will be, or our art will be. Different necklaces that I'm inventing, and have the material from the nature. I've been collecting, pieces of wood and stuff, and to create like a certain manufacturer or whatever, for women to sit here, create, go home maybe with the $20 for this couple hours, and go home with this beautiful feeling, and feeling purposeful. um, what do I need money for? I really need your help, because the way this whole movement, and it's going to be created, not just here in Miami or Hollywood, Florida, but it can, be centers all around the world, is, day by day, every little help helps. I need money for flash drives so I can put all the music and really give it to people for free or by donation. I need money for paint and different things, and I eventually want to be cooking and teaching women how to make soups, how to juice and use the whole fruit, not throwing the rest of it away, but use it in a soup. So those are all kinds of teachings that I have, and I am ready to share it with people. And like I said, I live every day of my mission. I create videos every day. I study every day. And so I do not, or I haven't been having time to really, go and work for somebody, because we are stepping away from feeling as being slaves and coming into more creating a joyous mansions where we come and we are appreciated our work, and so we come home and we are enlightened, while we come home with a little bit of money, so we can buy the foods that we need, or whatever we need, when we are slowly stepping up. So I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching this video and believing in me. And I'm definitely here to show people so much about the spiritual side of us. I have studied vastness of the majority's past and history, and Jesus is in my heart for sure. I know all the beautiful history of mankind, and the shining ones coming here bringing us home. So I want to bring you guys home to the feeling of so heavenly, and I love you guys so much, and I hope to meet you one day all here creating this beautiful, beautiful center.